Revenge is a road best driven on four wheels. What's up, you dead nerds? CJ here with another movie review. Alright, so today is 10/4. Good to go, old buddy. We were gonna do one of the like road rage movies or whatever, but I couldn't find them on Netflix or Hulu. I really gotta get that horror one. It's like a horror show / movie app that's like Netflix. I gotta check that out. However, we did watch a driving movie. This movie was called The Car: Road to Revenge. I did find out this is like a part 2 to another movie, so I will be doing part 1, the first movie, tomorrow. I'll be watching that tomorrow. The first one was made in the 70s, I think, 77. This one, however, was made very recently, and the acting is like it's from the 70s. My first impression of the movie was, gosh, it plays out like a movie that was written first. Like, it's just, obviously, well, what am I saying? Of course it was written first. It plays out like they just took what was written and had people say the lines. It's hard to explain. There's no, like, almost like there's no directing done. Like, okay, here's your line, but say it with emotions. You gotta feel this way about this line. It's like people are just saying lines, and the whole time you're watching the movie, you can watch, you can like almost watch paragraphs of description in your mind as people are saying. Like, you can close your eyes and listen to the movie, and it's almost better, to be honest. You're just gonna miss a lot of the visual details because they're not spoken aloud. But yeah, everyone's very stiff in the movie. This movie's about a car. No, it's about a guy who like busts bad guys, but he's not a cop. He's like, I don't know what he is. He's like some kind of weird lawyer thing, like the district attorney or something. I don't know. As soon as he finds you guilty, it's instant death. Like, a little tube comes in and you explode, and that's it. You're dead. It's the death sentence. No prison. I don't know. It was dumb. And like, everything's very cut and dry with the legal system in this movie. It's like, you're either a bad guy or you're either a good guy. And everyone, no matter what, is just an asshole, I guess. There's like no kind people in the world anymore. This movie is set in, I want to say it's the future, but it's not the future. It's just like an alternate cyberpunk, with heavy air quotes, cyberpunk reality of our own. And oh man, this movie could have been so great. Everything about this movie, the movie is super fun to watch. The movie is awesome. I love this movie. It's just so rough. Alright, so apart from that, what makes it horror-tastic? Oh, now that's another story. This movie has weird blood and guts and gore. So like, some of the parts that you expect like heavy gore in, it like zooms away, or like, I don't know, it does some like really bad camera tricks. Like, they're not even good camera tricks, they're like terrible camera tricks to like lessen the gore. But then other scenes where you're just like expecting like to be shot from the back of the head, and like something happens that you can't see, but you can assume what happens. It like zooms in on that stuff, and you're like, alright. So that's something. It gives you the drama, the like heart racing pounding of like getting chased. But instead of getting chased by a person, you get chased by a car, which I never understood movies like that. where scenes like that happen. Like, oh, I'm getting chased by a car. Oh no, what do I do? I don't know. You can hide behind the pillars that they're everywhere in that parking garage. You can go a straight 90-degree angle away into the woods that you're at and hide between the trees. Like, there's a couple jump scares, but not a whole lot. Nothing serious, nothing that's even gonna scare the easiest person who gets scared by jump scares. So is it horror-tastic? I'd say moderately. It's horror-tastic, not like it's not like a super big horror movie. It's more of an action thriller. So I think it's only considered a horror movie because like the amount of guts that they show in the movie and the cyberpunk, again, heavy quotes in the cyberpunk, the cyberpunk like aesthetic, and the little bit of chase, I think, is why they're making it a horror movie. I'm assuming. So yeah, it's moderately horror-tastic. All right, so what's wrong with the movie? Okay, so there's so much wrong with the movie. There's the acting. The acting is so bad that it's comical. Like, I know I say this a lot. I know it almost feels like I'm just picking on movies at this point because it's like one of my biggest critiques for a movie. But we watch a lot of really bad movies, and we don't always expect these movies to be bad when we watch them. I don't know what movies are going to be cheesy. I don't know which ones are not going to be cheesy. I don't know. When I pick a movie and I'm like, oh, that plot sounds interesting, I don't automatically assume, oh, this is a C-rated horror movie. No, so the whole movie, like I said earlier, it plays out like people are just reading the lines that are given to them, but not acting the lines that they're given. So if I give you a line, I've written something for you, and you're the actor, and the line's like, you're like in the middle of a speech, and like it gives you details most of the time. At least most writers give you details on how to present it, how that character is supposed to be presenting that speech to talk to their people. And when you're like, we gave you these things because I am better than God, you want it to be emotional instead of just, I gotta say all these lines really quick so I can get it out and over and done. No, that's not how you act. That's not how you say your lines. That's not how you do these things. I don't know where the director was in this movie, but I feel like he was sleeping the whole time. He's just like, oh, you said the lines? Alright, next scene, let's go. We're on a budget. Like, oh my god. That's the whole movie felt that way. Because I feel like if this was a book, I don't know if it was, I'm gonna find that out with the fun facts. If this was a book, this would be a great book. The book would have all these details and say all these things, and all these lines are great lines if you act them. If you give emotion to these lines, if you just feel it, like everything, like even on the shoestring budget, with the biggest stuff in the movie was like an explosion at one point. The remote control car, I'm assuming, was pretty expensive because it's like a Chrysler 300 or something. It's not like a little beater that they're using. And the like CGI, they have like futuristic phones that are just pieces of glass. When you're not using them, they're just clear pieces of glass. I'm assuming that's where their budget went, because none of these actors are well known to my knowledge. At least I don't know any of them. Not like I might know them from like background characters of other movies, but that's it. Yeah, if I had to, there was a lot, But all of the things that were wrong with the movie can be forgiven if the people would just emote when they said their lines. Oh, this movie could have been so good. I kept saying it throughout the whole movie. I'm just like what? That scene should have been better. Oh, where's the feeling? Like, at one point someone comes in and goes, I'm a little, like, his boss just died, there's blood everywhere, and he's just finding out when he's walking into the room. And the cop is like, hold on, wait right there, I need to ask you something. And he comes in, instead of be like, oh my god, I'm a little overwhelmed, I'm sorry, I gotta process this. He's like, I'm overwhelmed right now, I need to process this. You know, like, why? Oh, it could have been so good. It could have been so good. It could have been so good. Alright, it's time for my favorite character, my favorite scene. Okay, so let me explain the bad guys to you. There's the lead bad guy who's supposed to be this crazy scientist. I guess he's from like Germany or something. He's supposed to have some like weird foreign accent. And then you got his main underlings, which are in the movie until the car kills them. Finds a way to kill them all by running over them. So you got this cowboy dude who like is a straight up cowboy, and he's got like the close your eyes, think of a cowboy. That's who is one of them. Then you got fake Count Dracula, and I'm not even kidding when I say fake Count Dracula. I mean, he's got the cloak and the floof right here with his undershirt, you know, the long sleeve shirt that it has the little floofs here. You know, and he talks with like some kind of Eastern European accent. And then you got like the more modern like vampire guy, but he's like robot vampire. Yeah. Then you got the scary cyberpunk girl with her shaved head on the sides, and she's only got like this top part, and it's dyed in 2 different colors, so you know she's a badass because she's got that in her jacket or whatever. And so cliche. Oh, and the last one in a cyberpunk world, you know, one of the bad guys is this big heavy dude with a robotic arm. Like, one of his arms is just fully cybernetic, where everyone else has got these cybernetic things inside of them, all these enhancements, you know, that can be hidden, and they like point a finger up and their finger splits open and something comes out. This guy's just got a robot arm, and it's super high tech robot arm, even though it's not flesh colored or nothing. Whatever, it's cliche. Everything's cliche. So I didn't like any of the acting, so I'm gonna have to. Gosh, favorite character. I'm gonna have to say the car. I like the car, and even the car did a terrible job acting. And it's not even an actor. It's not even living. It's just a car. So that's that. My favorite scene, however, the guy who possesses the car eventually, the district attorney guy I was talking about. He's like, before he dies and then gets thrown out a window and dies on the car and possesses the car. Earlier I was talking about how bad they did the gore, right? Where they would not zoom in on something or zoom in on other things. My favorite scene is one of those parts because it's so dumb. It's just so dumb. Like, so at one point he's getting his face burned. That's what, you know, they light his computer on fire, the hologram computer, whatever. They light it on fire, and like they bring his face towards the fire. And he's like, "No, please, no!" And like his face is like this far from the fire, and he starts to scream. And they let go, and he reels back. And the next time you see him, nothing is on his face. He looks fine. Cut away, and then cut back to him. Now his face is all like burnt on one end, and just like he got burnt really bad, as if they like took his face and put it in hot metal, red hot metal, you know, like steel or something, or like a thing of hot red hot coals. I don't know, but he wasn't even close to the top of the fire. Like he was like this far away still. Like it's hot, but you know, like I don't know. And then they like beat him up, and he gets a chance to fight back, and he like blocks and bam, 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 and then he like messes up, and they catch him back. Beat him up some more. They cut him and blah 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 blah, and then Robot Dracula pulls out his finger and like a little like screwdriver, but like a really sharp screwdriver, comes and he like sticks it in dude's eye and goes all the way through his head, and it zooms in on that, right? It pulled away from the fire and the beatings and stuff because it's so hard to make that look good on camera, but they zoom in on the freaking eyeball thing, you know, like he's like sticking his finger in his eye and like a bunch of fake blood pops out of his eyes, just like, and he's dead. He's dead. And then they push him out of a window, right? He dies and they push him out of a window. And he falls the fucking 100 stories or whatever it is, right on the new car that he eventually possesses, right? He just bought a new car, falls right on it. And they don't zoom in on that. Why make the most complicated scene the thing that you want people to see up close and personal, but all the easy stuff that you could have done, not? And then when you finally do get to see the body on top of the car in the next scene, like it's the next day when they find the body, his guts are cut open, like they took a knife and cut his guts, right? They're like, but his guts aren't everywhere, like as if they exploded out of him. They're just neatly placed right on top of his stomach. Just a little bit of guts right here. Like, okay. And he's like smiling and he's dead and he's like, you know, I don't know, it's so cheesy, it's so bad, but and the car is like incredibly strong. The roof of the car didn't cave or nothing, it just took the hit. That was it. Just took the hit, like it was just another day, bodies falling on a car. That's what I'm gonna do when I make a car. You know, it happens so much in movies. People fall from buildings onto car roofs. Why don't we make these car roofs stronger? They figured it out in the cyberpunk reality. People are just falling on cars all the time. Yep. So fun facts time. There's not a whole lot, you know, because it's not a big movie and people don't really know about it. So the ones, I think I've said most of them already. I tried to look for more, but I couldn't find any more. Now again, I hadn't seen the 77 movie. We're gonna watch that tomorrow. But the mechanic in the movie, I guess, plays a cop in the original, so he makes a guest appearance, which is cool. You know, they get someone from the original movie, and they take parts of the original car and put it on this new Chrysler 300, and it's like a homage to the original. It's like an unofficial sequel, and yeah, I was right. It's a Chrysler 300. So they try not to like show the emblems of cars or anything, but they took the most known cars possible and like, here you go. One of the scenes, they even, I don't know if this was on accident, but they have a Dodge Neon in one of the scenes, and they tried to paint over all the like the decals that say, you know, Dodge or Neon at the same color as the car, but when they zoom in, you can see like a Jesus fish and then the word neon just painted blue. Why not just take them off? Take it off. I don't know, it was cheesy. They really tried in some parts, and other parts they're just like, just paint over it. No one's gonna care. We have a $100 budget, like, we're gonna get some fireworks. Alright, time to rate the movie. 1 5. 1 through 5 spooks. This movie was fun. It was a fun movie to watch. I know I've complained the whole time, and I complain about most movies, but I love really cheesy movies. The acting in this one is really hard to get through, but take it for what it is and just watch it if you get a chance. It's on Netflix. It's called The Car Road to Revenge, I think. It's worth it if you want to laugh for an hour and a half straight. It's worth a good watch. So I'm gonna rate it a 3. I'm gonna rate it 3 spooks. It's got the comedy horror down pat. Like, I don't know if it's supposed to be a comedy horror, but it is. That's what you got. The Car Road to Revenge. 3 out of 5 spooks. Go watch it. It's funny. It's a good laugh. I don't think it's gonna scare anyone. I don't recommend watching it around anyone young though, at least younger than like 14, because there is nudity and there is a bunch of blood and guts. So anyone too young might still get nightmares. And yeah, there you go. There's my rating. Alright, don't forget to hit the like button down below. Let me know what you think. If you've seen the movie, let me know what you think of this review. All that other stuff. Share this on all the social medias. I don't care. I love you, squad. You guys be safe, alright? Peace out.